Would you listen to this? It finally happened! Ty proposed to me. Can you believe it? This is the happiest day of my life. It was so romantic. He took me to a fancy restaurant and he proposed with the ring and a glass of champagne. He said he couldn't imagine marrying anyone else in the world but me. Isn't he just the sweetest? Oh my goodness, Rose. Congratulations. That proposal is just so wonderful. I'm so happy for you. Have you already started planning your wedding? With so much to do, you need to get started as soon as possible. You should really get a wedding planner to make your life easier. I'm just so excited for you. I can't wait for your wedding. You're going to look so beautiful in your wedding dress. I know just the place to buy it. Sis, I think you're getting a little ahead of yourself. Like, this is my wedding, you know? Don't you go trying to force your way into my wedding, okay? You know, I'm sorry that I'm getting married before you, but that's no reason to act so happy-go-lucky. Rose, what are you saying? I was just trying to help you. I'm your sister. Why wouldn't I be happy for you? Like, you're already turning 35 this year. What are you doing with your life? I don't think this is the time to be all obsessive over my wedding. If you don't hurry, you'll be turning 40 before you know it. After that, you'll be a grandma soon. I'm not ashamed. There's nothing wrong with being single and in your 30s. It's not like I really want to get married in my 30s or anything. I just haven't met the right person. I'm perfectly happy right now with my work and my hobbies. I barely have the time to meet other people. But if I were to meet the right man, I wouldn't mind getting married. Aren't you just making excuses again? Like, only single, lonely women ever say they're satisfied with their work and their hobbies. I think you need to wake up and smell the roses. Your biological clock is ticking, sis. If you don't find anyone soon, it'll be too late. Your wrinkles are just gonna get worse. We're sisters. I know when you're just pushing yourself. It must be so lonely living by yourself, trying to busy yourself so you don't realize how alone you really are. I'm not lonely. I'm just enjoying my single life. So we're pretending now? Don't kid yourself, sis. I know it hurts. Like, I'm your younger sister, and like, I'm getting married before you. It's totally obvious you're just putting on an act. I have to introduce my in-laws to you. It's so embarrassing introducing you to people. What's there to be proud of when you've been stuck in your career and it's been ages since you've had a boyfriend? Excuse me? I think you need to check yourself. Your insecurities are leaking out. The single life has been the best time of my life. Whoa, I was just trying to give you advice. Now that I'm engaged, like, the world is just a brighter place. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I wanted to be sensitive to your situation and give you a chance to marry before your cute little sister. I guess you don't need it, do you? Then, like, I hope you don't mind me getting married before you. But you know, I might have been a little harsh, but it's true. As long as you keep up with that hard-headed attitude of yours, you'll really become a grandma before you know it. You'll just be like the last kid that was left at recess to be chosen for teams. No one is going to want you then. You're going too far, Rose. I know you're getting carried away because you've just gotten engaged, but that's more than enough. I'm still your big sister, you know? You can't talk to me like that. Don't look down on me just because you're getting married before me. That doesn't make you better than me. I'm not tied down by society's expectations. I'm free to get married or not. If you say so. It sounds like you've just given up on getting married. But all the men have a choice too. They have their own preferences. You're only getting older. Your appeal as an older woman is going to plummet from now on. There's no helping you. I just wanted to give you some advice, but if you're not going to listen, then that's on you. But it's so wonderful. The ring looks so beautiful on my finger. It's almost like a star. Well, if you can't get a ring on your finger, at least you'll have some wrinkles. It's almost too cruel to make fun of your miserable life. Oh my gosh. Wait, where did it go? My engagement ring is gone. I swear I just had it a minute ago. Haha, that serves you right. I'm, serious, sis. It's gone. What am I going to do? It's not in my jewelry box. I just put it in there. Well, just calm down for a bit. Think back to when you last had it. You said you put it away after the proposal. Where was it before then? I was admiring it just before bed, but I swear I put it away. Ty got me such an expensive ring. How could I lose it? He's going to be furious. I know I had it. It has to be somewhere. Think back to the proposal. Where did you go after he put it on you? After he went home, I went home and told Mom the big news. We got a little overexcited and maybe we might have drunk a little too much. After that, we went straight home and put it away. Where did you go out to celebrate? You were with Mom, right? You should try asking her to see if she knows. If you were drunk, you might have mistakenly put it away. I know how you like to show off. Maybe you took the ring off so Mom could get a better look at it. There's no way I'd ever take my ring off at some random store. That's just so reckless. It was a Tiffany engagement ring, sis. It was thousands of dollars. The most expensive thing I've ever worn. I wouldn't just do that. You say that, but you can't find it, right? A ring can't just get up and walk away. No, that's not what it is. I know. It was you, wasn't it? You just, can't stand me being happy, can you? Did you sneak into my room and take it? Don't take your frustration out on me. Why can't you just let me be happy? First, you insult me. Now, you accuse me of stealing. How low can you get? I'd never do that to my little sister. Don't go blaming other people for your own mistakes. It couldn't have gone anywhere else. Who else would have taken it? There's no one else who would have come into my room and taken it. You're the only one. Mom or Dad would never take it. You're the only one with a motive. You're just mad. I know you're the one who stole it. It has to be. Rose, now calm yourself down. You're just getting a little emotional. When you came home yesterday, I wasn't there, right? You only told Mom about your proposal. You just told me about it. There's no way I could have gone into your room and stolen it. When would I have had the chance anyways? You could have heard about it from Mom afterward. Then, you must have snuck into my room after I passed out and stolen it. Ty and Mom message each other all the time. I'm sure Ty, being the gentleman he is, must have told Mom too. If you stole Mom's phone and saw her messages, you totally would have known about it before I told you. Now, that's just ridiculous, Rose. Why would I go through all that trouble for something I don't care about? I'm not even jealous of you. I wouldn't lose my cool over something like you getting engaged. But it's gone. It disappeared off of my finger. If you didn't steal it, how am I going to explain this to Ty? What are you looking at me for? That's got nothing to do with me. I hate you. It's all because you're jealous of me. Don't pretend. Hurry and give me my engagement ring back. Don't try to ruin my life because your life is so miserable. It doesn't belong to you. I was going to treasure that ring for the rest of my life. You don't understand how important it is to me. Hand it over. Catherine, I just heard everything from Rose. Just what do you think you're doing? How long are you going to stay hard-headed? Don't be immature.
It's okay if your sister marries before you. Don't let this ruin your relationship. Hurry and give her the ring back. If you apologize now and give her the ring, Rose will forgive you.
Mom! You're taking Rose's side. How can you accuse your own daughter of such a thing?
Can you blame me, Catherine? This isn't the first time you've acted hysterical. Given the situation, I think it's fair that we suspect you. You've always been jealous of Rose. Her engagement surely hit a nerve with you. It must have been easy for you to take it. You have the motive and the means to do so. It's been a week since you told me about her engagement. That's more than enough time for you to find the time to steal the ring. Your hysteria has gone too far this time.
I'd never resort to stealing her ring. That's not who I am. And in the first place, you're wrong about me being jealous of Rose. Even if she's getting married before me, I was happy when she told me. You're my mom, for God's sake. I thought at least you would believe me.
It's because I am your mom, Catherine. That's why I wouldn't put it past you to go stealing your poor little sister's engagement ring.
I've done nothing to deserve this treatment.
Your sister has always been too cute for her own good. After she was born, your father and I spoiled her. I know it was hard on you that she always outshined you at everything. All this time, you've been bottling it in until you couldn't hold it in any longer and you finally gave in. You stole your sister's ring because you secretly envy her.
You're wrong. I have my problems with how you always gave her more attention than me no matter what I did. But this is completely different. I'd never steal her ring for something as petty as sibling jealousy. Give me some credit.
Stop being a child! Catherine, this is Rose's engagement ring we're talking about. It's no laughing matter. If you don't return it this instant, your father and I will both cut off all contact with you. You won't be a part of this family any longer. Do you know what that means? Not only will you no longer have the right to speak with us, but you'll need to move out of the house immediately.
That's ridiculous! I know you've always chosen Rose's side, but this is too much. You have absolutely no evidence that I took that ring.
I can't believe we raised a daughter like you. I'm disappointed in you, Catherine. You've been living off of our kindness since you still haven't gotten married and moved out of the house. We accepted the fact that you might never even get married, but you've become filled with malice and jealousy. We can't stand by any longer while you try to ruin your sister's life. Do you know how expensive that ring is? Ty spent 3 months' worth of his salary to buy it. It cost over $10,000, for goodness sake. If you sold it to a pawn shop just for some money, the least you could do is give what you have left back to your sister.
Did you say he spent more than $10,000 on that ring?
That's right. It's not some cheap ring from the mall. I've had it up to here with your stubbornness. I think I've given you plenty of chances, Catherine. You've pushed your luck too far. You're no longer welcome in this house. Get your things together and get out of the house by tonight. Unless you bring the ring back, we don't ever want to see your face again. We don't want to have filth living in our house.
Mom! You can't do this! You can't kick me out like this! Where am I going to live? Won't you just listen to me? You're taking Rose's side without listening to my side of the story. I really don't know what happened to her ring. I'm being honest.
I don't want to hear any more of your excuses. If you're an adult, take responsibility and face the consequences of your actions. I no longer think of you as my daughter. As of now, we are complete strangers. Pack your things and leave immediately.
Why are you still in the house? Hurry up and leave, you thief! You're unbelievable. Not only did you steal my ring, but you won't leave the house. Mom already told you she wants nothing to do with your craziness. I already told you, Rose, it wasn't me.
You must have dropped it somewhere. Have you even tried going by the police? All because of you and your forgetfulness. Mom and Father won't even speak to me. I don't even know why everyone thinks I'm being hysterical. It's normal when everyone is ganging up on me for no apparent reason to get defensive.
There you go again with your excuses. This family has heard enough of them. We're done dealing with you, sis. Hurry up and leave, you piece of trash. No, you're not even my sister anymore. You're no longer a part of this family. You're just a parasite that sunk its filthy teeth into our loving family. Yeah, that's it. I totally need some bug spray to get rid of the pest infesting our home.
Watch your mouth. That's no way to talk to your sister.
What sister? I have no sister. There's just a parasite who has been feeding off of our family because they aren't good enough to find a husband. You must have heard Ty and me speaking about living here after we marry. I'm sure you don't want to see a lovey-dovey newlywed couple around. You were trying to break us up, weren't you? Like, I bet you thought Mom and Dad would kick you out so that Ty and I can live together. That's when you came up with your crazy plan to steal my engagement ring and ruin our marriage. I'm totally right. Right?
I'm only living at home because it's a convenient commute to work. It's only 10 minutes away. Why would I move out of the house? I'm not living at home for free. I'm making sure to pay Mom and Father my fair share of the rent each month. Tell me, where do you see the parasite? Don't go putting words into my mouth and making all sorts of assumptions. I haven't even heard of the fact that you want to live here until just now.
Shut up, you parasite. It's starting to hurt my brain just listening to you. Excuse after excuse. There's no helping you, is there? You're going to keep lying through your teeth until the bitter end. Like, that attitude of yours is totally why the whole family thinks you're crazy. No wonder there's no man who wants to marry you. Like, who would want to marry a woman in their 30s who only knows how to make excuses for her actions? Your age might be that of an adult, but you act like a child.
Ugh. How many times do I have to get it through that thick skull of yours before you understand? I don't need a man.
Hurry up and leave, you crazy bat. We're sick of you. I wonder when the adult parasite will finally leave its parents' house.
Don't you worry. I'm sick of this crazy family. None of you have a shred of respect for me. I've just finished packing my things. I'm leaving and never coming back.
Thank God. Now I can totally live without worrying about what the crazy parasite will do to me. With you gone, like, I know Mom and Dad will finally be able to live happily.
Good riddance. I hope you enjoy living with that bat-crazy mom of yours.
Now you're going to call Mom crazy. Real mature.
I found out the truth the other day, and I was going to tell you. But with that stuck-up attitude of yours, I think you'll enjoy it more this way. You told Mom that you'd be living with your future husband at home, right? Well, you better be careful. Forget about the ring. You might have something more personal stolen from you. Mom was the one who secretly stole your stupid engagement ring and has been working to blame me for it.
So now you're blaming Mom? How low can you get? Mom has been nothing but kind to us, and now you're trying to drag her name through the mud. Like, that's low even for you.
Huh! If only I was that petty. You know, I think this parasite will leave you with a little parting gift for your wedding. That brand name engagement ring you so loved is more than likely being sold right this instant.
You must be joking. There's like no way in a million years that Mom would ever do something like that. You're just trying to gaslight me one last time before you leave.
If you don't believe me, feel free to ask Mom yourself. I'm sure you'll be in for a delightful surprise. This will be the last time you're going to hear from me. I'm finally out of this insane asylum. Have fun dealing with all that mess. Ta-ta! Just what in the world do you think you're doing, Catherine? Are you trying to cause a ruckus in the house because we kicked you out? Your sister is going crazy ever since you accused me of stealing her ring. I don't know why you're directing your anger at me, Mom. I haven't told her anything that isn't true. You sold Rose's engagement ring at the pawn shop by the nearest subway station, didn't you? What are you talking about? What pawn shop? I didn't even know there was a shop like that so close by. There's no use trying to hide it. I know the truth. My friend works there. They told me all about your little trip to the pawn shop. Being the wonderful sister I am, I went around town asking if anyone had found her ring. I remembered my friend worked for a pawn shop, so I explained everything to her. She told me she saw you come to the store the other day. Your friend must have mistaken me for someone else. I never went there, let alone sell your sister's engagement ring. You were so busy forcing the blame on me that you never realized you drove me into a corner. I wanted my family to believe me. The only thing left for me to do was to go out and search for the ring myself. I knew the thief would have to sell the ring somewhere. It's worthless as a ring without my documents authenticating the diamond. I went around as many pawn shops as I could find. All that hard work paid off when I learned about your theft. You backstabber. No. You've ruined all my hard work. You were very crafty. You didn't sell it right away to avoid Rose looking for it at any pawn shops. Usually a normal thief would try to sell it as soon as they'd stolen it. They wouldn't want to hold on to it in case they were caught. You even tried to make me more suspicious by selling it at the closest station only after Rose made a racket over the ring. Now then, what to do, Mom? You have two options. You can either explain exactly what you did to Rose, or I can explain it to her myself. I can't get found out. It doesn't matter if you or I tell her. She can never know. Catherine, dear, don't do this to your mom. You can't say a word of it to Rose. I'll do anything. It'll ruin the family. Like it ruined the family when you blamed me for stealing the ring? You're such a hypocrite. The audacity. You're a grown woman, Mom. It's time for you to own up to it and take responsibility, no matter the consequences. I didn't plan to steal her ring. It was a crime of passion. You know, your sister was drowning in alcohol celebrating her engagement. When she went to go wash her hands, she left the ring on the bathroom sink. It's not like I stole it off of her fingers. I planned to return it to her, but something just stopped me. Something came over me. I can't explain it. It's not my fault. I knew it. She did forget it at the shop. There's no way she wouldn't have. So instead of returning the ring, you kept it for yourself. But you couldn't just take it without Rose getting suspicious. So you hatched a plan to have me take the blame for you. It's Rose's fault. She was flaunting that damn ring in my face. Your father never bought me anything like that. It was 3 months' worth of salary. A $10,000 engagement ring. I always wanted to wear a beautiful ring on my hand. Your father could only afford so much when we got engaged. I had to settle for what little he could buy. But that tiny ring could never compare to Rose's. It was gorgeous. Everyone in the room was looking at it. You stole her ring for something like that? I'm disappointed, Mom. I thought better of you. It was a moment of weakness. I was going to return it to her the next day. Then Rose accused you of stealing the ring. It was the perfect opportunity. I couldn't pass it up. If she blamed everything on you, I could sell the ring with no problems. She'd never find out. It was perfect. You would take the blame for me, and then I could sell the ring. Looks like there's no sense in trying to speak with you. You're just making excuses at this point. You've been busted. Hurry up and hand over the money. After you've handed it over to her, you need to explain what you've done. I can't. There's no way. I don't have the money anymore. I already used it. All of it? You must have gotten thousands of dollars for it. How could you have spent it all already? It hasn't even been a week since you sold it. You need to get it back, now. I told you already I can't. I lost it all gambling at the casino. How did you use it all already? Well, you know how it is. One minute you're on top of the world, raking in the dough. And the next, you've lost everything and you're trying to make it all back. What utter filth just spewing from that mouth of yours. There's no hint of remorse, is there? You're beyond help, Mom. I tried to extend an olive branch to you, but you're too far gone. Go and tell Rose, or I will.
Hey, Catherine. I think I've been a little too harsh with you lately. I know I blamed you for stealing my ring, but I need to apologize. I was so overwhelmed with everything, and Mom, totally manipulated me. I'm sorry, okay? I didn't think Mom would steal and sell my ring. She was always doting on me. I just believed her because it was convenient.
It's okay. You were going through a lot. There's no need to apologize to me, Rose. It was about time for me to leave the house anyways. I didn't have a place there anymore. It was a blessing in disguise. After this, I will never go back to that house. I'm through with both our parents and you, Rose.
Wait, even me? It was all just a misunderstanding that Mom caused. You can't really be serious about cutting off all contact with me, are you?
I forgive you for all of your accusations. I know how convincing Mom can be when she wants to be. However, that doesn't excuse everything else you've said to me. I can't forgive you for looking down on me just because I'm single and over 30. I don't need a sister that attacks me so viciously like that. I've been nothing but supportive, and yet even before this incident, you've been snubbing your nose at me behind my back.
Don't be like that, sis. We're sisters. Our bond is stronger than this. I just got a little carried away since I got married. It wasn't coming from anywhere malicious. You're my only sister. It'd break my heart if I wasn't able to speak with you anymore.
It's too late. Nothing you say will change my mind. I'm going to start my brand new life away from all this drama. Another thing, I don't plan on attending your wedding, so don't bother inviting me. I've said everything I needed to say. I'm glad you were able to settle your problems with your engagement ring. I wish you well. Goodbye, Rose.
Wait, Catherine, I need you. Can you please just help me before you cut me out of your life? I'm begging you.
Excuse me? You're only trying to salvage our relationship because you need my help? Whatever. What is it? Come on, spit it out.
Well, actually, you know how Mom sold my engagement ring, right? Ty hasn't found out that I've lost the ring yet. I need to replace it before he finds out. I don't have the money to replace the ring myself. Neither does Mom or Father. You're the only one I can rely on. Can you please help me buy another ring?
Why should I? There shouldn't be any need for me to help you. I'm sure Ty is understanding enough, right? All you need to do is explain the situation to him clearly and have Mom pay back everything she owes you for selling the ring. It's as simple as that.
I already tried explaining it to Ty, but I just couldn't tell him the truth. Do you know what he said to me? He said, "You better not have lost the ring. That ring cost 3 months of my salary. Are you saying you lost something that expensive? What am I supposed to do? I'm stuck. I have no other choice but to buy a new ring. He's given me no other choice."
Oh? Seems like Ty isn't all that he's cracked up to be. Maybe you should have been more prudent.
This is no time to be joking around. If I don't find some way to get the ring back, he'll never forgive me. I think he'll break off the engagement. After hearing something like that, there was absolutely no way I could have told him the truth. He'd be furious. To make matters worse, it was our mom that stole and sold the ring. It might be a different story if someone else had taken it, but this is our family's fault.
Well, then I guess there's nothing you can do to change his mind. It seems like he's a stubborn one. It must have taken him a long time to save up all that money. 3 months' salary is nothing to sneeze at. He knew you were the one and did his best to save that money for your engagement ring. Of course he'd be furious if you lost it.
Exactly! I know how hard he worked for it, so I can't disappoint him. I want to secretly buy the exact same ring, but I've got no money. I can't afford a $10,000 engagement ring myself. You're the only one I can turn to right now. I'll do anything, even if we end up never speaking again. Just please help me buy the ring.
Oh, is that all? Well then. Isn't it obvious? I refuse.
Your one and only sister is in trouble.
Well, that's your problem. If you don't have the money, then you better work your butt off and save the money for it. You're not getting off scot-free. You have to work for it.
But it's $10,000. There's no way I can save up that much money before the wedding. Isn't this what big sisters are for? They're supposed to come running to help when their little sister is in trouble. I'll even invite you to the wedding. Please? I'm begging you.
Now I'm your big sister. You were in such a hurry to distance yourself from me.
No, that was before I knew the entire situation. It's not my fault.
Ty isn't stupid. I'm sure he's figured out that something is going on. You better hurry and explain it to him before he finds out. It'll only make matters worse the longer you wait. Or I have an even better idea. Maybe I should just go ahead and tell him everything. That's the least I could do as your big sister. I'll explain it in a way that you won't have to take the blame. Something like, it was our mom's fault that Rose lost the ring. She's not the one at fault, so please forgive her. That sounds pretty good to me, right?
Stop! Stop! You can't! What kind of impression would that leave on our family? That'd make him even less likely to marry into our family if he knew the truth about Mom.
If you're being so obstinate about it, then there's nothing else I can do. Do your best, Rose. You need to hurry up and save up the money for the ring.
I already apologized to you, didn't I? Why are you torturing me? Are you really not going to help out your little sister?
If that's the reason you apologize to me, then you need to rethink your actions. Maybe next time, be more sincere about it. This is goodbye. Have fun trying to save up for that ring. It looks like Rose started a part-time job in secret to save up money for the ring. She was working at night so that Ty wouldn't become suspicious. But by chance, he ran into her while she was working. In the end, they ended up talking about the wedding and everything unfolded. The day after, our parents tried to explain the situation to Ty, but it was no use. He ended up breaking off the engagement. He just couldn't believe the type of people that were a part of our family. Since they broke off the engagement, of course, they were no longer allowed to live together. Rose still lives at home, but after the incident, things were never the same between her and our mom. They constantly fight, day in and day out. And even our father tried to mediate between the two to no avail. The last I heard, the family was in danger of falling apart. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the video and want to see more, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.